now making the move Mohammad Ryan, though, but unsuccessfully. He is trying his best to regain that fourth spot.
He's had the fastest lap time as well. Amir Saeed, 1 minute 17.514, which came in the previous lap, lap 6. That's been the fastest lap of the race so far as well. He's done well as this young lad. He's in car number 23, the young lad Amir Saeed. He's been the toast of everyone's eyes this season. Graduated up from the Novice Cup into the Formula LGB4, and he's shown that he belongs. That's been the most important part. He's looking good for another race win. It will be his second race win. A second race win for Team Ahura Racing as well. I think I was asking him, Karthik, about how he felt about the car and what his reaction was. He said that, you know, we've come a long way from round 1 now into round 3 as far as the way the car's handling, the balance, and credit to Ahura Racing for the kind of preparations that they put in to tune the car given his racing style.
Absolutely. I think Jktyre himself, being a former champion and racer himself, you know, he understands what driver needs, what a racer needs, and the team has certainly helped him according to his likings. Now, Jktyre has moved up to third. He's overtaken Sandeep Kumar on that corner 1. This is terrific from Jktyre, although he has overtaken his teammate, but it is still Dark Dawn 3 and 4 and M Sport 4 and 5, while there is some pressure coming in from Dark Dawns, who are in the 7th and 8th position. No such problem for Amir Saeed as he continues to stretch the lead between himself and Vishnu Prasad. A few moments ago we were talking about that gap. That was a second and a half. Now it's over 2 seconds. So clearly, lap after lap, he's putting in those best laps. 1 minute 17.514, lap number 6. That's the best lap of the race.
In terms of the overall driver standings, Amir Saeed is actually 6th in the standings with 25 points. If he were to win this race, he is the race leader, remember. He gets 10 more and moves up to 35. The gap between Amir Saeed and Vishnu Prasad was of 12 points before this race began. The gap between him and Jktyre, who's 5th in the driver standings, was only 2 points. So if he wins and Jktyre finishes 3rd, he'd probably leapfrog over Jktyre for sure. Digil Rao is not at the moment amongst points, so it could very well give this young lad Amir Saeed a chance to jump over Digil Rao's standings of 30 points as well.
And as we speak, on that front straight, Ashwin Datta has made the move on Raghul Rangasamy. He's overtaken Raghul as Ashwin is moved up to 6th. Raghul dropping down to 7th. There was, for a very long time, immense pressure on Raghul, and eventually Ashwin Datta did successfully overtake. So it is at the moment 3 Dark Dawns in the front 6, while 2 M Sports and 1 Ahura Racing car. And that 1 Ahura Racing car is at the position where all the other 5 want to be as a race leader.
Lovely pictures. Just gives you a clear idea of what's transpiring and how the race has now become a staggered contest. The race leader is almost 2.5 seconds ahead of the contender, which is Vishnu Prasad, multiple-time national champion himself. Vishnu is currently running 2nd. He's the overall leader in the driver standings as well on 37 points. So, you know, he'd be keeping that in mind. Even if he finishes 2nd, he consolidates his position at the top of the leaderboard overall. He'll now, if he finishes 2nd, he'll go to 45 points. So the gap between him and the other drivers is going to get wider.
As long as Sandeep Kumar doesn't finish ahead of him, he's fine. Because Sandeep is a couple of points behind him. And there you have the confirmation. It is Jktyre who's 3rd, with Sandeep dropping down to 4th, Mohammad Ryan 5th, Ashwin Datta 6th, as we have completed 9 laps. Another 6 laps remaining. There's still a long way to go in this race, mind you. And Amir Saeed, look at him. They do say that it can get lonely on the top. I don't think he won't mind that solitude, because he's well ahead, about 3.5 seconds, close to 3.5 seconds ahead of his closest challenger, that is Vishnu Prasad in 2nd place. And I think Vishnu must be thinking, hang on, I taught this lad, you know. Do I get any favors back? None at all, absolutely not. Because Amir Saeed, he has, as Raman said, 1 race win already this season. This looks like he's on his way until, you know, makes a silly mistake. He's on his way for a 2nd race win. And that certainly will boost the confidence of this young man.
We're in the 10th lap. This is just going to be the end of the 10th lap. They're approaching the start-finish line. 10 laps gone now in this race, and you'll see a confirmation on your screen. View of the hawk's eye view that's being kept on the competitors. You saw a glimpse of what is happening in race control. That's where they've got multiple race stewards who are keeping an eye on each and every inch of the racetrack. Multiple cameras have been put across the racetrack, covering each corner, so ensuring, and of course there's you can see Mr. Rajan Syal sitting there keeping a hawk's eye view on what's transpiring, along with the other race officials, ensuring that the drivers adhere to the norms. So even if you might think that we haven't got an incident that's on broadcast, keep in mind that all these men who've been seasoned campaigners, who've had spent decades in motorsport as race officials now, keeping a close eye on the behavior of the drivers on the racetrack. And you know, these cameras are monitoring every corner of the track, so there could be the odd bump that a driver comes in with, or maybe the odd incident that we may not have on our broadcast camera, but these guys will definitely have it on the race control. They're watching it live and making a note of it.
So coming to the end of lap number 11, it is Amir Saeed who continues to lead the race by a very good margin, I must add, as Vishnu comes in second, more than 4 seconds behind race leader Amir Saeed. Diljit TS of Dark Dawn, another further 6.7 seconds in third. Sandeep Kumar, and through that lap, Ashwin Datta has moved up to fifth now. He's overtaken Mohammad Rayan, who's dropped down to sixth. Ragul should be seventh. Obviously, those figures are not on your screen at the moment. So a very good race, I must say, by Amir Saeed. Started at P2.
There, of course, is Mr. Sunny Kumar, who's up there, the COC for the four-wheeler category that's contested at the Jktyre FMSCI National Racing Championship, the clerk of the course, in charge of the races that are being conducted. Amir Saeed making no problems, no fuss about it. Of course, the race timings being clocked in time control. There are, remember, transponders fitted on each car, and as these cars cross the start-finish line, the timing is sent as the transponder sends out a signal as these cars will cross this start-finish line that you'll see now. This is the point where they've gone past that start-finish line. The signal sent to the decoder that with the software displays the timing that a car is clocking.
Technology at its best, isn't it, Raman? And
down to the millisecond.
Absolutely. And now down to about 5 seconds, the gap between Amir Saeed and Vishnu Prasad. Diljit TS coming in third, a good result for him. Mind you, he's also in the mix of things as far as the Drivers' Championship is concerned. In this category, the Drivers' Championship is so closely fought that one good result or one bad result can put you either in the top 3 or push you down from the top 3 as well.
Well, while we're keeping an eye out on all that's transpiring on the racetrack, we're also just cutting away and showing you visuals of a lot of roles that are performed behind the scenes, you know, of people who are ensuring the safe and the smooth conduct of the race. 12 laps gone, we're in the 13th lap. Amir Saeed is the race leader, ahead by about 5 seconds compared to Vishnu Prasad, and just 2 more laps to go. He'll be saying, okay, 10 points in the bag.
Absolutely, and even while he's got that close to 5 second gap, he's still not going slow on any of the corners. We saw that for a moment hard into that curve, as I see on your left of the screen, this slide 2 on the play card that signals 2 laps remaining, final 2 laps to all the drivers who pass by. Diljit TS followed by Sandeep Kumar, that's Ashwin Datta, Mohammad Rayan, and also we have Arya Singh as well in the mix of things. Didn't see Ragul there in the top 6 or 7, so Ragul will be a tad bit disappointed. He had moved into the top 5 for a while. That's your race leader Amir Saeed, very, very comfortably cruising through this Curry Motor Speedway. And now there's that incident again. It's Arya Singh who avoids that collision, and that's Mohammad Rayan's car number 45. That's at the receiving end. He's stalled right in the middle of the track, although he can get his car back on racing.
Yes, and that would ensure, thankfully, that the safety car won't have to come out. Let's take a look and see what happened there. Going into the corner, contact between Mohammad Rayan's car, and I think it was Arya Singh who was right behind him, the driver from Dark Dawn Racing. Arya Singh's car going over the curb, onto the gravel, onto the mud, and then finally, luckily for him, he managed to keep the car going. A lot of times, these cars, remember, have a very low chassis. So it can get curbed on that, it can actually get stranded on the curb when it goes off the track. So luckily, Arya Singh manages to keep the car going.
And another thing is, luckily, that despite that collision, despite that little incident, he's not lost place. In fact, he continues to stay ahead of Mohammad Ryan, obviously, who's lost a few places, as Arya Singh has moved into the top 6. So it's at the moment 3, 4, 5, 6 of a dark dawn. So few points in the kitty, and oh, there you go. That's another one. That is car 99, Raghu Rangaswamy there, crashing into the tyre barrier, and the safety car has been called out.
But we're in the final lap. Remember, this is the final lap of the race. So even though Raghu Rangaswamy, his car collided with the tyre barriers, it wouldn't make a difference, because this is the final lap of the race. Even though the yellow flag is out, which means no overtakings allowed, it now ensures that Amir Saeed will take the race win. He will not be perturbed by all of that, even if the gap, let's take a look and see what happened. I think just a lot of understeer there. Brake very late, a lot of understeer as he just went careening into the tyre barricades. Race win, meanwhile, for Amir Saeed. Vishnu Prasad will finish a very, very distant second. But what a fantastic race for Amir Saeed. His second race win of the season.
Absolutely delighted for the young man. He's moved up from the Novice Cup category to the LCB Formula 4, and he's not here to make up the numbers. Remember this name, Amir Saeed. He's already got 2 race wins, including this one, and certainly one to look out for. Then you got the Dark Dawns of Diljit TS in the top 3, followed by Sandeep Kumar, Ashwin Datta and Arya Singh. Now all the cars